Any moment now. There we are. That's us. We're in. Okay. Right. Now, yeah. Yeah. It's just us at the moment. So, do you know, it was interesting, like from the today's show, right? When what's really interesting when talking about these devices, Dr. David um, Clements has
Yeah.
created, right, in line with the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, and all the rest of it. And the device obviously creates this energetic structure for the what do we call it again? It's the oh, hang on. I got it written down somewhere. But yeah, it's just getting it's effectively like the negative ions versus positive ions kind of idea, isn't it? Oh yeah, generative versus degenerative codes. And what was really interesting is that these devices obviously, always go into pyramid forms because it accentuates the energy. And like the pyramids in Egypt and everything as energy devices, which is what they are. It's all there for a very specific purpose. And I think, yeah, I do like these little orgonite things. But at the end of the day, their power is tiny compared to what Dr. David was looking at. So actually, while we're going through this, what I was thinking of doing actually, I could, yeah, let's do this. I'm going to show you, share the screen here to go into this. So whilst we're still waiting for a few minutes before we begin, this is the website. And that's that $788, and you can choose to pay in installments. They're all out of stock, but you can just go down and basically put your name on the list, and they'll drop you a confirmation email that you're actually on the wait list. And then when they're sufficiently in stock and you've reached the point on that wait list, then they get in touch with you so you can go in and buy it. So there's that one, which is the big one, which is the workplace or home harmonization, as well as you can use it when you travel, which I think is brilliant. And then you've got these ones on little boats. Where have they gone? There it's coming up. Oh yeah, $473, creating harmony for your home, workplace, or travels. And these ones, have it floating in your bath and playing battleships or whatever, but creating harmonized water, which is again what those other devices that we've kind of looked at as well, for the crystal water ladies, and also that the other one which was coming out of Europe as well. So see what else we've got. Yeah, the charge one, $186, and that's to protect you against all the electromagnetic frequency degenerative codes. I think really we should be on commission for these, shouldn't we? But but this one is one that really interests me, food, right? Now I know it doesn't work on meat products, right? But again, because I was really impressed by what he said, like, you put it alongside food and all of a sudden it tastes completely different. So it just shows how so much of our food, in fact, the Crystal Water ladies said this as well, that if you go around the grocery stores, the supermarkets these days, you will find that everything which should, technically speaking, have negative ions, i.e., part of nature, which would be generative codes as far as today's discussion goes, um, in reality, the degenerative codes and they're positive ions. So you do need devices that will actually turn it around. So to me, this is the other thing I've gone on the list for. It's the one which is the home or work environment, and then this one, the food one, which I reckon I would love to use that and take that round to effectively cleanse your food and make it full of generative codes, and it's going to be good for you, it's going to be healthy, and None of that toxic nonsense, you know? What do you reckon?
I think this is beautiful.
Yeah.
All of it. Like just just looking at the colors and the beauty, it's like that's what feeds us.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not just in our nourishment and in our bodies, but also our eyes and how much color is important to us healing. So
Yeah.
remember that when you're doing your visualizations, like automatically I am salivating at this like a Pavlovian dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. Fortunately, I've just eaten before I came in here.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I would
same
be,
here, same
I'd
here.
be, I'd be straight down to the kitchen by now.
But just imagine, John, to be able to, what we meditated a little bit about before was getting that toxicity that we
Mm.
actually didn't sign up for. I didn't sign
No.
up to have my food poisoned.
No.
And I know over in the UK, you guys are smart in that I think some of these companies have been banned from even doing business over there. But since America's the great experiment, more than ever, we need what David Clemens has to offer.
Absolutely. And I think that the UK still has the same issue, to be honest. It's not as extreme as America, I would say that's true. And Joy's here. Hello, Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Just taking a look because I know Joy was interested in this. I sent her the link to this actually, but yeah, I think it's amazing. And even one for your car as well. I don't think I'd get the one for the car, but I suppose if you were going to go to town on it, you would
Mhm.
basically get it all, you know. But to me, the most
Yeah.
important thing is the one in the home, and just having that there. So your entire environment becomes because that's the other thing, right? If you've got one for your home, it must influence your electronic equipment as well. And I know you can get one specifically for the electronic equipment, and it does make sense because, the EMFs are very toxic. The 5G nonsense, right, is like should not even be out there really. But yeah, so I do think it's great, and I think that was always something worth dabbling on that. So yeah. So how many have we got now? We got five of us. Yay. Plus
Wow.
you and I.
Nice.
That makes seven. Seven. Seven times seven is what? 49? My
Yes.
math's not good. But yeah.
Yeah. It's that old brain. But you know what? We're working on that through creative visualization and meditation. Those mitochondria and those cells,
Yeah.
they can grow, they can restore. So let's do that. Let's be a part of the miracle. See
Yeah.
it, feel it.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Right. I think we're going to be going in there now, Jolie. So
Right.
usual drill. It's going to be the usual one, which is going to be the one which will go on for 22 minutes and 22 seconds at the end. We will finish. But we will not actually interrupt because when people want to carry on, they can carry on. I know Joy, for one, is one that likes to go beyond the 15-minute mark. So I think that should work nicely. And the usual Jole build into it, and then we're off on our little travels there into bliss and joy and gratitude and peace and all the rest of it to spread across the world.
Yes.
Are we
I'm ready.
ready? Should we do it?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's hit the button. Cool.
Put your feet flat on the floor and your palms face up on your thighs. Bring your awareness to the center of your head and visualize a beautiful golden portal between the center of your head and the center of your heart. Inhale for a count of 5. Pause Exhale gently for a count of 5. Inhale for a count of 5. Pause and exhale gently for a count of 5. And visualize the center of your head and the center of your heart communicating, creating coherence with one another. And as you breathe, bring your awareness down into your heart. And from this heart-centered space, I want you to visualize your heart opening like the lens of a camera and creating a vortex that is giving and receiving divine love. And from this place of sharing and receiving, visualize like-minded people coming together, joining hands for unspeakable beauty all across the earth, understanding the importance of the interconnectedness. Say to yourself, we are welcoming in an expanded consciousness of love. Say to your fellow man, we are welcoming in an expanded consciousness of love. And say to Mother Earth and the universe, we are welcoming in an expanded consciousness of love. And gently touch your heart center and feel this love pulsating through you and all around you as you set a clear intention for your most loving and highest good. What does that look like? What does your most loving and highest good feel like? And allow for this love to expand out to your fellow man. This wonderful tsunami of love and this web of light encompassing you and mankind. And now, see clearly the most loving and highest good for Mother Earth and the universe. And see Mother Earth encompassed in this web of light and love. Because now we're going to go on a journey to our favorite place, a place where all of the people and the animals and Mother Earth are connected to all of creation. And this place, your favorite place, is filled with love, joy, peace, gratitude, and compassion. So go on this journey of bliss. And when you return, bring all that love and peace and joy back with you.